Zipporah is a character mentioned in the Bible and is quite intriguing. She belonged to the tribe of Midian, a group of people who lived a nomadic lifestyle in the Arabian desert. The tribe had historical roots with Abraham, one of the great biblical patriarchs. Zipporah was one of the 7 daughters of Jethro, who wasn't only a tribal leader but also its priest. Many experts believe the name Zipporah likely means bird, although there isn't a total consensus on this. But, how did Zipporah's life intersect with Moses, one of the Bible's most significant characters? Well, Zipporah was a humble shepherdess, a task she shared with her sisters. Moses entered Zipporah's life during a very peculiar time in his own story. He was fleeing from Egypt because he had committed a crime. He killed an Egyptian to save a Hebrew. Moses thought no one saw him do it, but he was wrong. Later, when he tried to break up a fight between 2 Hebrews, he realized his crime was discovered. It was then that he decided to flee to Midian. Once in Midian, Moses met Zipporah and her sisters while they were shepherding sheep. Circumstances led to Moses marrying Zipporah and settling in Midian for a while. Through his marriage to Zipporah, Moses became integrated into the Midianite community and, in a way, found refuge and a new beginning. Zipporah became an essential figure in Moses' life and, thus, in the broader biblical narrative. The Bible tells us that one day, near a well, Jethro's daughters, including Zipporah, went to fetch water for their father's sheep. But some rude shepherds tried to drive them away. At that moment, Moses stepped in and defended them, ensuring they could water their father's sheep. When Zipporah and her sisters returned home, they told Jethro how brave Moses had been. Jethro was very grateful and invited Moses to his home. Not only that, but he also offered Moses a place to stay. That's how Moses and Zipporah began to fall in love. It wasn't long before they got married and had children, whom they named Gershom and Eliezer. Regarding Gershom, the Bible mentions that Moses chose this name because he felt like a foreigner wandering in unknown lands. It's a profound feeling, and his son's name reflects that. As for Eliezer, Moses named him so because it means, God is my helper. He chose this name as God helped him escape danger in Egypt. Later, when God instructed Moses to return to Egypt to free his people, Zipporah and their children accompanied him on his journey. In the Bible verses, it said that God assured Moses that those who wanted to harm him were dead. So Moses, his wife, and children rode on a donkey and headed for Egypt. Moses also didn't forget to bring something crucial, the staff of God, which would play a key role in his mission. In summary, the story of Zipporah and Moses is a beautiful tale of love, family, and faith, showing how events in their lives intertwined in a way that changed history's course. In the Bible, there's a rather unusual section in the book of Exodus, specifically between verses 24 and 26 of chapter 4. Here, it's said that during Moses' return journey to Egypt, God tried to kill him at an inn. The reason? It appears to be because Moses' son, Gershom, had not been circumcised. The topic is a bit complicated since the original Hebrew text is challenging to translate. Some experts even suggest that God might have been angry not with Moses, but with Gershom, his firstborn. Yet, the most accepted version among scholars is that God was angry with Moses, as he was accountable. You might be wondering, why is circumcision so important? At that time, circumcision wasn't just a medical procedure, it was a sign of being part of the special covenant that God made with Abraham and his descendants. It was like a spiritual tattoo saying, "I belong to God's family." Therefore, not circumcising his son was a significant oversight for Moses, especially being the man chosen by God to liberate his people from Egypt. The Bible doesn't provide all the details on why Gershom wasn't circumcised. Perhaps Zipporah, Moses' wife, had objections, although that's more speculation than confirmed fact. What we do know is that not following this divine command was serious. It shows that even God-chosen leaders, like Moses, can make grave mistakes, and how such decisions can have much broader implications. The Bible narrates that Zipporah, Moses' wife, took swift action to address the serious problem of not having circumcised their son Gershom. She realized that God was furious with Moses for not following this vital tradition. Zipporah acted and circumcised her son, afterward calling Moses a bloody husband. The Bible doesn't delve into what she meant by that, but it seems she wasn't pleased with the situation. Later, Moses decided to send Zipporah and their children back to her father Jethro in Midian. This might have occurred during the 10 plagues God sent upon Egypt, perhaps as a way for Moses to protect his family. We know that later, when the Israelites were freed and headed into the desert, Jethro reunited with Moses, bringing along his family. Apart from this, there's another intriguing episode in the Bible related to Zipporah. In the book of Numbers chapter 12, Miriam and Aaron, Moses' sister and brother, criticize Moses for marrying a Cushite or Ethiopian woman. This has led to debates among scholars. Some believe the woman in question is indeed Zipporah but referred to as a Cushite because she might have lived in southern Egypt near Arabia. Others suggest that perhaps Zipporah had passed away by then, and Moses had remarried an Ethiopian woman. So, as you can see, Zipporah is a captivating figure with a complex and sometimes mysterious role in the Bible. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a comment or share it with your loved ones, family and friends. And if you already knew something about the story of Zipporah, Moses' wife, I hope this chapter has provided you with more insights. Until next time, and may God bless you.